Okay, so like I was asking that this was the last work we did. We were trying to see how we can relate uh, Python range function together with for loop to perform certain tasks. I don't know if I give us any assignment on what we did that very day. Can someone confirm if an assignment was given or not?
We have a discussion on password generator.
Yes,
Um,
we started it, right? I think it's like we started it.
no,
Okay, we are supposed to take
yes,
that as the next class, right?
yes.
Okay. So what I'm asking is that because I know we did a training and we wanted to see how we can utilize uh, the concepts that we have learned in creating a password generator. So I was asking whether if there was any assignment given regarding to outside the password generator. Was there any assignments?
Outside the password generator, there was no assignment. The only thing you said was that when we were trying to do the exercise,
Okay,
we're using a certain range of alphabet, but
okay,
you said
okay, okay,
we should use our own to be A to Z.
okay, good. All right. I think I recall now. All right, so let's quickly look at that password generator. So that is
But
actually what.
but I try something, please.
Okay,
Well, he's giving me I'm trying it since I think since yesterday now. I couldn't get where the error is coming from.
okay. You try something related to what we learned or something you research on.
Yes, to what we like, using A to Z alphabet on general.
Okay, let me see. I want to see if I can allow you to share your screen so that we can look at it together. I'm sure that I program. So try sharing your screen. Let me know the message you are getting there. Let's see if I did not enable. Oh, okay. I said, okay, let me change it. Oh, I think I've seen what I am looking for. So
You said
try sharing your screen. I want to see whether
sharing is not
sharing is not what? It's not it's not enabled, right?
share, someone is sharing. Yes, someone.
It's like either your network. Okay, I think you are able to share now. I think you are able to share. Your screen is coming up. I'm here to see it. That's not very well. still yet to see your screen.
Maybe it's not.
No, it's like to this no, the networks are bad. Whether it's weather. I hear you. No, your voice is trying as if it's breaking.
I said, let me stop so that we can.
Stop sharing. Let me see if you can hear me. Stop sharing and share again. Let's see. Okay, I think I've seen it now. Oh, it came before. Okay, just try and share again. Let's see. It came before. You try and share again. I think it came before. Just hope that this network should allow us to have this class. Network is not stable at all. Network has been very bad today. Okay, I think Mr. Yomi,
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it now. But if you can just make it, you are using Visual Studio Code, you should be able to increase it.
Okay.
Have we done something like this at all? Have we gone to here?
Yes. The last time we were doing it, we were trying to do the exercise. You use A to ABC to, I think, to G. Then you said if we want to do our use to Z.
Okay, yes. So where are the variables? You just call them as one string. You are supposed to take them individually. A should be a different string, B should be a different string. But what I'm saying here now, you just wrap everything A to Z as one string. That is not how you are supposed to capture it. I don't know if you can hear me, Mr. Yomi.
Okay. I can hear you.
So that's a mistake already. You are supposed to put all the A should be a separate string. B, all the letters should be separate string, not as one string.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I'm wondering why, if that is where we stop,
Okay.
how come I'm not able to see? Let me check my file. Let's see if I can't see that file. That means
that is
this the I don't think
AB to F. Is this
the same
right?
thing. Yeah, the same thing with the numbers. Same thing with the number. The same thing with the numbers. The same thing with the symbols. If we have gotten there, same thing with the numbers, same thing with the symbols. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I think let me just take it again because I can't really find that particular file. Let me see if I can. I just hope that the network should be stable for us to complete this task. So I will know that we move forward to the next task. So it's obvious that I don't know whether this was not the computer I was using. If by what I'm saying from Mr. Yomi's screen, it means that I will have created my variables.
No.
Right? So it means that I will have created.
The last you said it was is a updating on.
So what I'm going to do, is to start the application from scratch again, because it appears that this was not the system I used. Okay, so let me start by creating a new file. Let me see. I just hope the network should favor us. So app.py. Then I have to switch to the correct file. Okay, so what we are actually looking at is how we can generate, how we can create an app that can help users to generate password. It's actually a basic app, but we are only trying to use this to solidify some of the things we have learned, particularly inputs and some of the techniques we have learned in Python so far. So let me use comment to explain it. So the project is to create a password generator. That is the project. Now, your network is so that it doesn't stop that.
I'm using for loop.
Yes, using what? The network is not stable, so it doesn't knock down the network as I'm trying to, but it's breaking. I don't know whether it's from my end. So, like I said, let me just take everything from scratch because I'm not using the same system. So when we started, we said that we need to define the set of letters because it's going to generate the password randomly. So we need to look at the set of letters that will be involved during the password generation. And then we also look at the set of numbers and also symbol. And like I explained in that class, why it is important you combine letters, numbers, and symbol is for us to have a strong password. That is why you discover that most apps, when you are creating a password, it will advise you to use a strong password. And since we are generating it, we need to also make sure that it is a strong password. Right? So, like I explained that very day, that there are some apps whereby you are expected to create your password. They have made provision for you to generate the password yourself. But just that is always very strong. See them combining special characters, letters, number that could be difficult for somebody to understand. That is why some of us usually neglect the password generator and create it ourselves. But in terms of security, that will actually give us a stronger password. So to start with, we are going to import a library or a package that we'll be calling some functions from. So the first thing is for us to import random. So start by importing random. So we are working with this library. Now, once you have imported this module, then I have to capture the set of alphabets that could be among the password that will be generated in a variable, because we'll be making reference to them when we start building the app itself, the generator itself. So I'll say letter is equals to, so we are using Python lists like we have learned before. Remember, we are told that Python list is an advanced data structure that can hold multiple value. So since we want to hold multiple alphabets that the program will use to generate the password, we need to acknowledge them as lists. And since they are string, I need to wrap them in the string notation. So this was one of the mistakes Mr. Yomi made. You can see that you are actually acknowledging the alphabets as separate string, not collectively. So I'll say ABC. So I'll just stop somewhere, and that's where I now advise us to take our time to capture all the alphabets when you are applying your own. So let me just see if I can stop at. So let me assume I'm stopping here, but you have to continue your own till you get to Z. So which means that these are the only set of letters that that the password generator will use. So if at the end of the day it generates any password with a combination of letters, combination of numbers, and symbol, when it comes to the letters, it can only use this defined letter. That is what you are saying. So that's why I'm advising you capture all the letters. So let's also capture numbers. Let's also capture numbers. So I will also capture that as a list. Of course, we are wrapping the number also, not just typing them as we know the standard rule. So this is, I want it to start from 0. So in other words, we are acknowledging the number as string also. Then 1. So I'll just take few numbers and then proceed. All right, so after this, then I need to also capture symbols. So I'll create symbol list. Symbol lists. So what are the set of symbol? Exclamation mark should be among. So I'm just targeting those special characters. At all. Okay. Percentage. ampersand. So all these are special characters. So let's assume that we are working with this. So the next thing is so this is just like you have collected the data for the password generator. So which means that the next step is for us to say print welcome to the password generator. So now, so I will create another variable. Now that variable is to capture the information from the user. So I can just say NR, that is like you are asking for how many letters, as a number of letter. So number of letters is equals to. Now for the letters, when I'm collecting them, I'm going to be converting them to numbers. That is where we are using this conversion method. So then we next input inside it, because we want to receive the value. Then we want to give a description to know what to input. So I will say how many letters would you, how many letters will you like in the password? How many letters you like in the password? So you are asking a question, the person can tell you 2 letters. Remember that is going to be picked from the set of alphabets that you have already captured in your list. So I would like a situation whereby it should display in a new line. So remember, we talked about Python new line display. So we type this and type n. So we already know this concept. So that is for knowing, just like we are giving a clue to the password generator on, out of all the letters that I have captured, how many of them would I like to have in the password? That is what we are talking about. So I also create number of symbols, number of symbols that I would also like to have, number of symbols, and that will be converted to what? Integer as well. Then I am collecting input from them, right? So I will also ask them that how many symbols, how many symbols, how many symbols will you like to have? How many symbols will you like to have? That is also a question. And then I'll also display a new line, put your new line notation as well. All right. So I also want to instruct the generator how many numbers we capture for letters and symbols. I'll say number of numbers would like to have. So I would like to capture that as integer also, and then ask them for how many of them would I like to have. So I would say how many numbers would you like to have? How many number would you like to have? Then I'll also display new line. All right, so this, so let's try and just give me 2 minutes. All right, so now let's run the code and see. Now, what we are trying to achieve is the normal way of doing it without involving the for loop and the range. But after this, we will now look at the version of how do we do something like this using the for loop and the range, which actually is leading us to this particular project. So let's run the code and see what we have before we look at how we can achieve this with the for loop and the range. So welcome to password generator, and it's asking me how many letters will I like in my password. Okay, I'll say I need 2. Say I need 2 letters. I need 2. Press enter. It has asked me how many symbols will you like to have in the password. I'll say okay, I need just 1. Then the next question is how many numbers will you like to have? Okay, so I need 2. Right, so what do I have here? So this is actually what we plan to get, but we are expected to see that it must have printed the the 2 letters from here, the 1 letter from here, and the 2 letter from here to form our password. So that is where we are going to. So, but at this point, we will now look at it from the perspective of using the for loop to achieve it, so that we can see the full results. Because what we just did now is just to just like an intro, how we can collect, how we can instruct it. But if we use for loop, we'll be able to to be able to implement it and be able to generate the expected results. So with this in mind, so with what we have written now, we have confirmed that we have captured the data. We have been able to instruct Python how many letters we would like to have and how many numbers we would like to have and how many sorry, anybody say? Comment. All right. So, sorry. I have to pick a call. I don't know whether it's still recording. I hope I'm still recording. Okay. So now let's look at applying the for loop. So let me temporarily comment this out. But we are going to leave this. I think I shouldn't comment everything. Comment so that we don't have to start creating the variables. So let me, I think we need this. We need this. So now so after capturing all this, we will now look at, okay, how do we apply the for loop to be able to generate the password? So let's look at application, still part of the code, application of for loop, application of for loop, and range. So that is exactly what we are looking for. Application of for loop and range. So we have already gotten all the information captured with that assumption. Now that will now be passed to the for loop to generate the password. So, but we are going to create a password holder that we can print, because you notice that when we run this particular code, we collected the inputs, but they are not stored anywhere that we can print out. So now we have already put that in place. So we want to use for loop to loop across the values that will have been captured from here, and they use them to form the password. So that is where exactly we are going. So I will just create an empty variable that will be holding those values that we must have collected. Now remember that here you said you need one symbol, here you need one number, sorry, two numbers. I think the first one we needed a 2. All those informations are captured, but they are not stored anywhere. So we are going to start by creating. So we are assuming that at this point we have not collected the value. That is why we are leaving it as what? Empty string. That is the assumption. We have not collected the value. So once the values are collected, then the values will be what? Held here. That is what we are saying. So at this point, and again, you want to set the total. You want to set the total because remember that when we are learning loop, you must always set your initial. That is what the resetting number, because we are talking about iteration here. Just like then, we use I think 0 or 1. So we are setting our initial to what? To 4. So we can now say what? Number of, I'm using comments to explain it. So indirectly what we want to do is, we are saying that number of letters is going to be 4. It's going to be 4. So now I can now say 4 for character. Remember what we learned last time. This character is like a variable that is going to be holding the value that you are iterating from the source. We did something like this, and then we are going to use the keyword in, discuss all this in our last class. So range, and then we open the bracket. That is going to be fetching those values and then store them in what? In char. And then we will now, from there, concatenate it with the function we want to use. So range, remember we talk about this is part of what we have done. So I'm supplying the numbers of letters. I'm sorry, numbers of letters first. Numbers of letters. And then plus 1. Plus 1. And then column. Remember, we talk about the syntax. So I believe you understand why we have that in the range from the last class. So here I will now say random, because we are not saying that it should choose two letters are consecutive. So it's not going to choose A and B. It's going to choose it what? Randomly. So for that reason, we have to use that was the reason why we actually imported that word random module, because we need it at this point now. So I will say random underscore car, random underscore car. So this is just like the variable that will be holding the random value. So which is going to be random. So now we are calling the main function itself. So if you have not imported the module, you will not be able to use it. So random.choice choice, and then what we want to create? We want to create what? Letters, which is referencing what? This particular list. So I will just type letters. That is, this is going to generate random what? Letters. So that is what, and remember that here is where you must have asked the user, they must have specified, just like what we tested from before, how many letters. So that will have been captured and saved in here. So for example, if the person have saved 2 letters here, all right? So if the person have saved 2 letters here, remember from the concept of range, just like what we did before. So that 2 letters will be held here, and then you are now saying that those 2 letters should be generated randomly from here. So we will now go down and say password variable, and then increase, that is plus equals to, which is part of what we have learned. That is what, to increase it and then display whatever value must have been stored. And that is going to be equal to this particular variable, because this is where whatever value that will have been collected and stored here, should add it to the previous one and what? Display it. So I will now call that as random character. So the next step is for to print the password. So what we are to print now is the password, because right now value will have been what are passed in here. Because that is what we are saying here, that this will have captured the letter and supply it here, add it to whatever is there before, which is what? Nothing. Then, just like we are saying that what? Add nothing to whatever is coming from here. And that is going to be 2 generated what? Letters. So what, once I print this, it means the 2 value, and if possible, there's any other information that is added, will have been stored here. So it is reasonable for us to print to see the generated password from here. So I can just say, okay, print what? Password. Print password. So now with this, we should be able to get a value. So let me run the entire code again and see. So now we are asked, how many letters will you like to have? You like in the password. So let me go with the 2 again. Then it asks again, how many symbols will you like to have? I go again. How many? I go again. And then you see how it generated them. So it brought out what? D and DA. So right now, that is the password that it has generated. Do you have any question to this level? There's no question. I want you to apply it from your end. Let's see the results you are going to get. I expected question, but let me know whether you can reason it out to confirm that you are following.
Okay, my own question is this: he didn't add the. I think the first letter was 2. I think it should be 222, right?
First letter. I didn't get what you are saying. Can you come again with your question?
No, we have letter, we have symbol, we have numbers. And it's only one out of the 3 that
yes.
It's
only one at the moment. The reason why it is one, good, is that's what I wanted us to factor out. Look at it here. You have only loop across what? Only what? Letters. So we are still going where we will capture all of them. But I just want us to get this simple one first. So if we want to get for other, we'll repeat the same process for random choice supply symbol. We repeat it again, random choice for numbers. But for now, this is just one. That is why those other ones were not captured. So that is exactly what I wanted to observe. So, but I want us to practice it with one first. So we are still going to take the one that we will capture 3 of them. So let me give us like 5 minutes to replicate this, or 10 minutes, because if you have not started writing your code, it means you will start from here. Start from here. Remember, this is the entire code, right? So let's see how we can write that within 10 minutes. So when we come back, we are going to look at how we can capture all of them instead of just one. That will now end up forming our password. So let's master this one first. Are we still there?
Yes.
Who has done it? We are still on it. Let me get a response. I think Mercy wanted to say something. Are we still on it, or can we proceed now? Just to look at the...
So we can proceed from my end. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so let me just take the last aspect. That is the option of capturing all the defined character that should form the password, and then we end it there. So in that case, let me take this off because I'm still depending on the whole of this. So the first thing, like we did, I think I need to leave this one. Okay, let me just create it again. So password equals to, so I'm leaving it empty just like what we did before. So followed by, we just say for car, just like what we did before, just to bring in where we'll be able to capture all of them. The range. So the range is here, I'm starting with 0. And then we are still referencing, we are starting with number of letters. We're starting with the number of letters. And then remember what we learned the other time, where you do not specify your end. Remember the other will put 1 there, so it will automatically use the default. So now, just to reduce our code, so I can say our password. I can say password plus equals to random dot choice. Random dot choice. Random is not dot. Random dot choice. Then we want the letters first, as we have declared it. So that is for the letter. Then maintain your indentation for, this is for the second one now, for the same, this variable name must be the same, car in range, then the same 0, here is going to be number of symbol. Let me take that, number of symbols. Also working with the default position, and then the same password. Take note of what we are repeating. Password plus equals to random, also random dot choice. Random dot choice. So we supply the symbol that we have created. Right? Then we go to the next one, which is the last one. Remember, you have to maintain the indents or the indentation. So for car again, in range. So once you understand the syntax, it's not actually difficult. So here, number of numbers. Then column. Then password plus or equals to random choice dot choice. They will supply numbers, number lists, which we have created. So which means that you have acknowledged these 3 sets of lists where you want to fetch the type of password values from. Now I can just print password. If you print the password here, if your indentation is here, it means you are referring to only this one. So you have to bring it here to show that what you are printing from all. So password, I need to print print password. Right? So now let's run the code again and see what we get. So we have the question again. How many letters will you like in your password? How many letters will you like in your password? I'll say I need 2. How many symbols? Let's see if I can open it out. How many symbols will you like? Okay, let's say I would like 1. How many numbers will you like? Let's say 2. And then you see it printed out what? Your password. So this becomes the password. Remember that it will fetch them what? Randomly. I hope that is clear. So I will allow us to write this code. So I will advise you depend on this code, this one. So the first one was just to confirm just 1 first. And then this one is just to acknowledge all the sets. So you can see that it fetch what? 2 numbers from the number list as we specified. 1 from symbol and then 2 from what? Letter. That's exactly what your password is. I hope that is clear. Let me get a response. Are we still here?
Yes.
It's like whether it's my network, your voices are actually breaking. Okay, so let's write the code and also implement it as your assignment, or if you can get it in the class, still have some time. In fact, let me allow us to try it in the class, and then maybe probably by your assignment, you can try more. So you can see how we have utilized the range and the for loop, which are the major targets. So instead of us just learning them learning them individually, we decided to come up with a simple project, which is the password generator. And you can see how we have fully used the for loop and the range. And we are able to generate. So now when you are, if your own case, you are able to capture all the letters. I think I should leave this with us as an assignment so that you can take your time to capture all the letters from A to Z, and then from number 1 to 99. From number 1 to 99. That's from 0 to 99. And the symbol, you can put as many symbols as possible. So by the time you are submitting on Saturday, I want to see that you have all the letters listed here, number from 0 to 99 here, so that if we specify, so that our password will be stronger. Because right now, we cannot actually say that the password is strong, though it's going to still be easy. If we have specified two symbols, it will have make it probably difficult for the hackers, because just as he picked this one, it will have picked maybe this one, and then together we make the password very strong. So when you come across application where you have a button that says generate your password, and they give you a text box to enter your password, with this lecture now, you are able to know what must have transpired. So you will have known that, oh, this is something like this the programmer did, that in order to make his app or website user friendly. So the person is trying to help them, because there are some persons that do not know how to put password together. I hope that is clear. You have an assignment to, don't come and say there's no assignment. The assignment is to do this.
Can you come again about the assignment? Can you rephrase it, please? What exactly are we supposed to do?
The assignment is that you are to recreate this application password generator, but you can see that stop at F. Your own, you are going to list all the letters, that is from A to Z. The numbers, I stop at 5. Your own is going to stop at 99. And then for symbols, I stop at, I think I just mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are other symbols on the keyboard, if you can find them, maybe $sign and the rest of them, you add them. That is the assignment. I hope you get it now. Is it clear now? Is it clear now, please, so that I can close the line? But we are stopping here. This is our target for this section. So once we are able to submit the assignment, we'll look at another more advanced topic in the last sections. Okay, so I want to believe you all heard me because I'm not getting any response from anybody.
It's clear, from
voices. Please, can you use the WhatsApp, please? Use the WhatsApp group. Just drop the message then. Let me, but your voice was breaking seriously. All right, so please, I'm waiting to receive a comment. I can't really hear you guys. I hope the assignment is clear. I needed to confirm that we know what to do before I close the line.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, Mr. Yomi. Okay. All right, so Mr. Yomi, please, if you can help me to put the assignment in form of a test and post it in the group so that those that did not join will be able to watch the video and know what to do. So help us do that, Mr. Yomi. Good night, everyone.
No problem.